still don't get it, do you? He'll find her. That's what he does. That's all he does. You can't stop him. He'll wait for you, reach down her throat, and pull her fucking heart out.
Devin Haney is totally disrespected and discredited. But when I say this, people be in their feelings. No, it's not true. It's not. Well, let me prove it.
Straighter, not a roundhouse right hand. And that's what we've been talking about. The straight shot is the one where he gets leverage on it.
I don't want to kill somebody.
Pull back
for
a little bit.
seconds.
Nah, I want a body on my record.
Now, I want to see you fight motherfuckers. I do. All right, I'm with you. I'm with you. As long as you're trying to fight the great, the best competition.
Welcome to the graveyard. Click the link if you dare to. Bury you alive, I'm prepared to. Welcome to the graveyard. You get your sources from clowns, so when you come around, we don't hear you. Welcome to the graveyard. Click the link if you dare to. Bury you alive, I'm prepared to. Welcome to the graveyard. You get your sources from clowns, so when you come around, we don't hear you. Yo, it's the best, fight the best. If you ain't with the moto, just click the link, bitch, and get buried like the rest. It ain't gonna work how you want it. These trolls already tried, too many come but don't leave. So if you hear, you gotta die. I'm spitting straight facts. These bitches crying cause they hate that. The LDBC's the top topic, bitch, hate that. We the ones that bring the truth to these fans. So while you hate, I'ma laugh and keep counting these bands. Welcome to the graveyard. Click the link if you dare to. Bury you alive, I'm prepared to. Welcome to the graveyard. You get your sources from clowns, so when you come around, we don't hear you. Welcome to the graveyard. Click the link if you dare to. Bury you alive, I'm prepared to. Welcome to the graveyard. You get your sources from clowns, so when you come around, we don't hear you.
Welcome to the graveyard.
These are the current BoxRec rankings. They have the #1 lightweight in the world, Gervonta Tank Davis. The #2 lightweight in the world, Shakur Stevenson. The #3, Devin Haney. Vasyl Lomachenko, Frank Martin, Raymond Muratalla, George Kambosos, William Zapata, Ryan Garcia, and Isaac Cruz. Ryan Garcia moved up from #10 to #9 after quitting against Tank Davis. Isaac Cruz moved down from #9 to #10 because Ryan Garcia moved up after quitting. So Tank Davis fought the #9 and the #10 fighter in the top 10, which made him #1. All right. Devin Haney, out of the top 10, has the best record. 30 wins, no losses. Who has a better resume? A better record? Tank Davis, the #1 guy, is 29-0. The #2 guy, Shakur Stevenson, is 20-0. Devin is 30-0. Okay? Devin has every belt. Not 1, 2, 3, 4. He has every belt. Every single one. Any belt that is anything, Devin's got it. He's the undisputed champion of the world. Out of all of the top 10 fighters, Devin has beat 2 of them. #4 ranked Vasyl Lomachenko and #7 ranked George Kambosos. Devin Haney has defended undisputed twice. Yet he is ranked #3 according to BoxRec. #3. Gervonta Tank Davis is ranked number 1 according to BoxRec. Now, they use a point scale, supposedly. They use a point scale. And their point scale somehow has had Ryan Garcia with more points than George Kambosos. Now, I want everybody to understand something. Teofimo Lopez, when he beat Vasily Lomachenko, Teofimo Lopez was ranked number 5 pound for pound. He jumped onto the rankings at number 5 pound for pound because he beat Lomachenko. And he was the number 1 lightweight in the world according to BoxRec because he beat Lomachenko. Because the points. When George Kambosos beat Teofimo Lopez, he was not on the pound for pound list, but he was the number 1 lightweight in the world according to BoxRec when he beat George Kambosos. I mean, when he beat Teofimo Lopez. It went George Kambosos, Tank Davis, then it was Vasily Lomachenko, then it was Devin Haney. Devin Haney beat the number 1 lightweight in the world in George Kambosos. And Tank Davis jumped into the number 1 spot because he beat a guy who had not fought at 135. He beat a guy who was a champion at 130. That made him the number 1 135 pounder because he beat a champion at 130. He jumped into the number 1 lightweight spot in the world because he beat the 130-pound champion. And you guys are trying to tell me, oh, man, Devin's not discredited. Nobody's discrediting Devin, man. Ain't nobody down in Devin. Nobody put disrespect. Nobody's down. Nobody put him down, man. You're looking at the top 10. There isn't any fighter on there, not one, that has beaten more higher ranked competition than Devin Haney. Not one. Tank has fought 2 of them, Ryan Garcia and Isaac Cruz, both who are 9 and 10. Devin fought higher level competition. Vasily Lomachenko was ranked on the pound for pound list, number 1 for I don't know how long. Then he dropped down all the way down to number 7. Number 8, fell off the pound for pound rankings and then jumped back on them. Vasily Lomachenko has been rated in the top 5. The top 5 of BoxRec for the past, since 2018. Since 2018, Vasily Lomachenko has been ranked in the top 5 in BoxRec. When Vasily Lomachenko got to 135, he was the number 1 rated lightweight according to BoxRec. Number 1. When Devin Haney was his mandatory, Lomachenko was the number 1 rated lightweight in the world according to BoxRec. The point schedule, guys. The points. BoxRec goes off of points. The higher the competition you beat, the more points you get. The more points you have, the higher up the rankings you get. That's how BoxRec rankings are supposed to work. A point scale. Don't worry, I'm going to break down BoxRec in a whole nother video. That's how it's supposed to work. The points scale, points. Who you beat is where your points come from, in a nutshell. The higher ranked person that you beat, the more points you get for the victory. Now explain to me how Gervonta Tank Davis is number 1 over Devin Haney when he only beat the number 9 and the number 10 guy respectively. When he beat them, that's what they were, number 9 and number 10. They literally flip-flop places. If you look at the arrow that 1 up and the arrow the 1 down, they just flip-flop places. But they were number 9 and number 10 respectively. That's who they were, according to BoxRec. And that's who Tank beat. the number 9 and the number 10 opponents. I mean, number 10 ranked fighters. So according to BoxRec, the points for Zapata, Kambosos, Mortala, Frank Martin, Lomachenko, Devin Haney, and Shakur are all more than Ryan Garcia and Isaac Cruz. So Tank Davis beating anybody higher than those would have given him the points that he needs to be higher up. Shakur Stevenson has fought nobody in the top 10. So using the point system, the points are strictly for the weight classes. The points are not for, well, you moved up. No. The points are for the weight class. They're who you beat, who you fought in the weight class that determines your ranking in the weight class. You can't fucking beat Monster and Nui. That'd be like Canelo Alvarez going to heavyweight right now. If Canelo Alvarez went to heavyweight, would he be the number 1 heavyweight in the world? No, he wouldn't. He would not. It would still be Usyk or Fury. That's who BoxRec would have. Usyk or Fury. They would have one of those two guys as the number 1 heavyweight in the world if Canelo Alvarez went to heavyweight. That's just, those points don't carry, they don't go with you. When you go to a new weight class, right, they place you in that weight class. And then you have to do something to move up the weight class. They place you and then you do something. Or they place you and you do something to move up, or you do something to stay. They place you off of a belief. And then you do something to stay there, or you do something to move up. Shakur Stevenson is ranked ahead of Devin Haney based on what? He literally fought one person, and that one person is not in the top 10. How are you placing Shakur Stevenson, who has fought one person, and that one person is not in the top 10? How are you placing that guy above the undisputed champion who has fought 2 top 10 level competitors? And when he fought George Kambosos was the number 1 ranked lightweight in the world when he fought him. According to BoxRec, George Kambosos was the number 1 lightweight in the world according to BoxRec. So how do you beat the number 1 and become number 3? And then how do you beat the number 4? You beat the number 4 and the number 1, and you're number 3. And you guys are telling me that he is not disrespected nor discredited. Lomachenko must be the goods because he's number 4 with a loss to Devin. Shakur Stevenson nor Tank Davis have fought Lomachenko. Yet Devin is behind both of them. Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney both have a 50% knockout ratio. 50%. They both do. Yet Devin is discredited as having no punching power. But yet Shakur Stevenson is not. Shakur Stevenson is not discredited for having no punching power. They both have a 50% knockout ratio. Both of them. Devin has 15 knockouts. Shakur has 10 knockouts. But Devin's pillow-fisted and Shakur is not. Devin has more knockouts than Shakur. 5 more. The same knockout percentage. And he's the undisputed champion of the world, and he just beat Lomachenko. Yet Shakur Stevenson, who beat Egg Foo Young a dude who is not ranked in the top 10 at all. He beat that guy, and he's number 2. And you guys are trying to tell me that Devin is not discredited. The only 2 losses that George Kambosos have are to Devin Haney. That's it. That's it. That's it. Devin Haney has the best resume at 135 with all the belts at 135 and more knockouts than Shakur Stevenson. Yet he's ranked number 3 according to BoxRec. Number 3. And you guys are trying to tell me that Devin is not disrespected. He's not discredited. You're running around here telling me that Devin hasn't done anything. He's beaten no one. Fight Lomachenko again. You guys you want Devin to fight the number 4 ranked guy again. But Tank hasn't fought a top 5 guy at all. Shakur Stevenson hasn't fought a top 5 guy at all. As a matter of fact, he turned down number 5. Because number 5 was calling him out. Number 5, Frank Martin, wanted to fight Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson said, no, I'm looking for the big fish. Coleslaw Davis, oh, let me get him, Shakur. Let me get him. Let me get him, Core. Let me get him. How come no one's saying, let me get him to Lomachenko? Why isn't, Lomachenko was only ranked 1 above Frank Martin. Why isn't Coleslaw Davis and Vasyl Lomachenko fighting? What's the problem? Won't that catapult Coleslaw Davis? Aren't they both on the same side of the street? What's the problem? Won't Coleslaw Davis show us how it's done? Because Coleslaw Davis says, oh man, Lomachenko won that fight. Fine. Then show us how it's done, Coleslaw. Shakur Stevenson, show us how it's done. Fight Lomachenko. What's the problem? Gervonta Tank Davis, show us how it's done. Fight Lomachenko. What's the problem? Y'all wanted Lomachenko to win. You said that's a big money fight. Don't act like you fighting, like you're the guy that you fought in the top 10, Isak Pitbull Cruz, that people say you lost to. He had losses already, losses and a draw. What's the problem? You can't rematch him? Y'all telling me that it's about money, right? So Tank fights for money, Devin fights for legacy? So you're telling me that Tank versus Lomachenko is not a huge money fight? Is that what you're telling me? Tank versus Lomachenko is a bigger money fight than Tank versus Isak Cruz. Dare I say Tank versus Lomachenko does 1 million pay-per-view buys. It does 1 million pay-per-view buys. What's the difference if Lomachenko lost? So what? It's still Lomachenko. Apparently people think Lomachenko beat Devin Haney. So what's the problem with Tank fighting Lomachenko? Don't tell me you ain't going to fight him because he got a loss. Don't tell me you're not going to fight Lomachenko because he don't sell. Because MGM was sold out. Y'all motherfuckers is telling me that ain't because of Devin. Those are Loma fans. Okay, well then Loma sold out to MGM. What's the excuse? What's the problem? Now you're going to tell me Bob Arum? Come on, man. Everybody know Bob Arum. Well, isn't Shakur with Bob Arum too? I could have swore I saw Team Gervonta Davis calling out Shakur. I could have swore I saw that. So what's the difference? But see, when it comes to Devin, we don't get those same types of communications and conversations. When it comes to Devin, oh, Devin hasn't done anything. Devin ain't nobody. Devin ain't shit. Devin can't punch. Devin's boring. Devin's this. Devin's that. Over and over and over again, a whole bunch of shit to shit on Devin, a whole bunch of shit to down Devin, a whole bunch of shit to discredit Devin. Devin needs to fight Shakur. He don't have the same energy for Shakur. Devin needs to fight Shakur. Who the fuck does Shakur got to fight? So Shakur don't got to fight nobody? How come nobody else has to fight nobody else? It is just Devin that got to fight everybody. Why is that? Devin's the only one that's got to prove himself. Why doesn't anybody else? I'm a huge Frank Martin fan. I fuck with Frank Martin heavy. Heavy. Why doesn't Tank have to fight Frank Martin? Why doesn't Shakur have to fight Frank Martin? Why doesn't Lomachenko have to fight Frank Martin? Why doesn't George Kambosos, Ryan Garcia, Isaac Cruz, why don't those guys have to fight Frank Martin? Why doesn't Shakur Stevenson have to fight anybody in the top 10? But you guys are telling me, man, Devin ain't discredited. Man, Devin's not disrespected. He ain't discredited. How is he not discredited? How is he not disrespected? That's a better answer, a better question. How is he not? The undisputed champion who has defended his undisputed crown 2 times is ranked behind a man who has fought 1 fighter in the fucking division, and that guy was not ranked in the top 10 at all. But yet beating that guy put Shakur above Devin, above the undisputed champion. Okay, so why can't Devin fight Egg Fuyang, Itchy, and Scratchy? That's who I want Devin to fight. Yeah, let's see if Devin can knock him out. Shakur knocked him out. Shakur stopped him. Let's see if Devin can stop Itchy and Scratchy. I want Devin to fight Itchy and Scratchy. Y'all don't give a fuck about the best to fight the best, so why the fuck should I? You guys are not pressing your fucking fighter to fight the best. So why is it only me? Why? So my belief in Devin, I believe Devin beats all these guys. So why is it my belief, my only belief? It's just me. It's just a dream team that wants to push for Devin to fight the best. Well, why don't you guys want your fighter to fight the best? Or are you guys telling me that Devin is the only best? Because it's one of those two. Either Devin Haney is the only best, which is why, oh man, Devin and Shakur, man, Devin got the same energy. Oh, Shakur, man, Devin ducking Frank Martin. Why don't Devin fight Frank Martin, man? Devin rematch Lomachenko. Okay, that's fine. If that's the case, then what you're telling me is Devin is the best. That's what you're telling me. Because I don't see Tank fans saying, nah, man, Tank, you got to fight Frank Martin, man. This shit crazy, bro. You got to fight Frank Martin. Nah, Tank, no way, Tank. Nah, man, you got to fight Lomachenko, man. This is crazy, bro. You got to fight. Nah, Shakur, you got to fight Lomachenko, man. Y'all on the same side of the street. You think Lomachenko won, man. Why don't you fight Lomachenko then? Now you got to fight Lomachenko, bro. You ain't doing shit. Y'all, man, Bob Arum ain't trying to make that 4-fight option with you and Devin Haney, so why don't you fight Lomachenko? Bob Arum ain't telling me, ain't trying to press. Why don't you fight Lomachenko? Then fight Lomachenko. If you guys want Lomachenko to get another shot at Devin Haney, well, how about you fight Lomachenko and Lomachenko beats you and then Lomachenko becomes the WBC mandatory to Devin Haney? How about that? I don't see none of you pushing that. You're just pushing Devin. Oh, Devin got to fight this guy. Devin got to fight this. Why don't Devin fight this guy? Devin, you fight this guy. Devin fight that guy. Devin fight that guy. Devin got to fight. Devin got to prove himself. Devin got to do this. When Devin has fought more top 10 competition than anybody at 135. He has all the belts. All of them. He has ducked no fade from no one. He is the one that petitioned the WBA to force a unification with Tank Davis. He is the one that went to Bob Arum and petitioned for a 4th fight option to fight Shakur. Dream Team, is the one that sat right next to Bob Arum on stage, shout out to Bill Haney, and held up his phone and said, they ain't calling me for Shakur. Yeah, they did that. I don't remember any of y'all motherfuckers talking about Isaac Cruz saying he don't want to fight Devin Haney or Shakur Stevenson because those guys are runners. He'd rather fight Lomachenko. I don't remember anybody going at Isaac Cruz for that shit. I don't remember nobody. Where the fuck are y'all people going at Ryan Garcia, who was the mandatory Devin Haney and ducked Devin Haney? Talk about the belts don't matter. Listen, bro, it's a bigger fight with me right here. The belts don't matter. Then afterwards, after you saying the belts don't matter, you're saying you want to fight Devin. So in the same sentence, man, the belts don't matter, man. I'm fighting Gervonta Tank Davis, and after I beat Tank Davis, I want Devin Haney. What the fuck you want Devin for? If the belts don't matter, what do you want Devin for? Why didn't Ryan Garcia say, after I beat Tank Davis, I want Shakur Stevenson? Shakur was in the weight class. Why didn't Ryan Garcia say, after I beat Tank Davis, I want Lomachenko? Loma was in the weight class. Why didn't he say that? If the belts don't matter. Why did he say that? If Devin ain't the guy. The disrespect and discredit is insane. And I can give you these proof. I can give you these facts, and you guys will still be in the comments saying some goofy, stupid ass shit. Nah, man, listen, bro, man, nah, Tank number one because the fans say so. That's not how Box Rec is scored. It's not a fucking fan vote, it's a point system. It's who you beat. Oh, man, don't matter, though. But, you know, Tank Davis sellout, that has shit to do with the Box Rec fucking scoring system. Selling out arenas has nothing to do with it. Because if it did, Devin would be number one. And George Kambosos would be number two. Because they got the highest selling fights. 40,000. Oh, no, BFTB, look at the gate. The gate of Tank Davis. The gate got nothing to do with it. Not a motherfucking thing. It's a point system based on who the fuck you beat. But I'm sure you guys will figure out another reason to wiggle around this. The bottom line is you fucking hate Devin Haney. Because he will fuck up your favorite. And you fucking know it. BFTB. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. And I'm out.